By the end of Dragon Ball Super, Goku was much stronger than Vegeta, but the Saiyajin Prince was determined to catch up. While Goku trained with Whis on the path of the angels, Vegeta realized during the Tournament of Power he lacked the skill for Ultra Instinct.
If Kakarot can do it, I can do it too. Enough. I've put up with this for too long.
Vegeta decided to follow the path of the gods, of admission instead of the angels. And a long time after the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly, Goku was training with Whis while Vegeta was just watching Vegeta. He asks if Whis was using Ultra Instinct, but Beerus says it's more than that. The angels are always in that state. Beerus asks Vegeta if he'll try to master it too, but Vegeta says it doesn't suit him. Beerus smiles, saying he expected that. And Vegeta says, "I'll surpass Kakarot in another way." And Beerus says, "I see maybe it's possible, but it depends on you. After all, Ultra Instinct isn't the only technique of the gods." Beerus sparked Vegeta's curiosity with his laugh, clearly intending to do so. Because after all, at this point in the story, it was already more than clear that Goku was Whis' disciple. And actually Vegeta's path was more towards the path of God, of destruction. Do you remember back at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super? Many people forget since Dragon Ball Super ended and hasn't released new episodes for a while. But Whis says he would only train Vegeta if he agreed to become a god of destruction.
I beg you, accept me as your disciple.
But you will have to become a god of destruction.
Vegeta is shocked and says, "What?" Beerus replies, "Do you think Hakaishins would use a technique that needs a calm, peaceful heart?" Vegeta, surprised, asks to learn the Hakaishin's special technique, but Beerus refuses to train him. Then Beerus puts his hands behind his back, walks leisurely, and says, "Anyway, I'm going to exercise to stay awake." And he looks at Vegeta and with a little smile says, "You can steal it on your own." Vegeta gets the message, surprised. Beerus is going to show him personally, so Vegeta should watch and learn. Did you catch the metaphor in the manga? That's why I prefer it. Many viewers have requested this on the channel for a while. They want me to cover the whole manga, including sagas not in the anime and those that are. Are you interested in this? I'm thinking about bringing this to the channel, but I'm gonna need a lot of support from you guys. Leave a like, hit the hype button, and share with your Dragon Ball fan friend. Videos like this take a lot of work. Narration, editing, thumbnails, and more. Support us. Let's continue. Vegeta goes up the stairs and says, Meanwhile, on the other side of the universe, the survivor Granolah says, "I will never forget what they did to this planet." And he looks at the ruins of the city where he used to live, on the planet where the Saiyajins arrived to plunder under the orders of Frieza's army, which was hired by a criminal organization called Hakai, for whom Granolah works nowadays. I can bring the whole Granolah and Moro sagas, since there's a lot of interesting content. And after that memory, Beerus asks Vegeta, "How many planets did you Saiyajins destroy?" And he points to space. Vegeta gets confused and answers, "I don't know. We didn't know how to live any other way than fighting. And I know we're not free from those sins." And Beerus says, "Sins, huh? That probably also has to do with the influence of human culture on Vegeta's mind, who says, did invasions and destruction become common when we served Frieza's family?" Beerus replies, "Are you blaming Frieza for your crimes?" Vegeta replies, "I never said that. My father just wanted power and built his reign on others' sacrifices. The destruction of the Saiyajins had already begun even before we were controlled by Frieza's family." And Beerus asks, "So the ruin of the Saiyajins was predestined?" And Vegeta answers yes. That's ridiculous," Beerus replies. "Forget it. That was a Saiyajin problem," says Vegeta. Beerus replies, "That's ridiculous. What do you mean? You wouldn't teach me the gods of destruction's technique. What does the Saiyajin's past matter?" Beerus replies, "Everything." And then he gives his first demonstration. He points his finger back and, without looking, aims at a planet and destroys it with the energy of destruction. The energy is so overwhelming that Vegeta gets scared and even Goku is impressed. Whis has his back turned, looking at Goku, indifferent, and Beerus lets out that laugh. The explosion's impact is massive, blinding everyone, troubling Ladyfish Oracle, and scaring Goku and Vegeta. "Is this a god of destruction's technique?" Vegeta asks, and Beerus replies, "That's just a fraction, it's nothing." Vegeta then asks what he must do to gain that power. Beerus surprises him, grabbing his face and slamming him down. Vegeta, overpowered, asks, "What are you doing? As long as you carry doubts in your heart, you'll never succeed. If they were your own sins, I'd understand, but don't take on all the Saiyajin sins alone. You're just a mortal." He grabs Vegeta's face and slams him into a tree. Vegeta recovers and Beerus says, "Let me tell you something funny. I was the one who told Frieza to wipe out the Saiyajins." "What? What did you say?" Vegeta says, shocked. "Will you still think it was fate?" "Come on, I'll eliminate you too," says Beerus, provoking Vegeta's instincts. Vegeta gets furious and says, "You bastard," and then he transforms into Super Saiyajin Blue Evolution. Goku and Whis are shocked. Goku asks Vegeta what happened. Then Vegeta gathers his power and goes all out against Beerus. Beerus smiles as Vegeta attempts an uppercut, which Beerus blocks. Vegeta then moves to the other side and tries a kick, which Beerus also manages to dodge. Beerus counterattacks, kicking Vegeta away. Vegeta uses flight to fire ki blast from a distance, then jumps toward the smoke from the attack. But nothing was there. He's surprised. Beerus, hands behind his back, kicks Vegeta to the ground. And he says, "What do the things the Saiyajins did in the past have to do with you? If you keep holding on to those things from the past, you'll never evolve." Vegeta looks surprised and attacks, but Beerus dodges with his hands behind his back. Just like when he used Ultra Instinct against the gods of destruction, he now uses a natural form of Ultra Instinct. And then, he grabs Vegeta's arm, already preparing his other hand. Vegeta gets scared by the danger of the Hakai. Then Vegeta is hit and thrown far away. It's an attack that impresses Goku. Vegeta falls, and we see that only his armor was damaged, and Goku says, "Lord Beerus' technique. I tried to copy it, but it failed." He's referring to that time in the Black Saga, when he tried to attack Zamasu with Hakai too, but Zamasu put Mai in front and escaped. However, he would have caused great damage if Zamasu hadn't been buffed with immortality. He would have died. He believed it was a promising attack that Goku never used again. It's odd that Goku awakened this before Vegeta, even in a weaker form. Whis says he used all that power just to destroy his jacket. Controlling it isn't easy. Beerus arrives. Vegeta on the ground says, "I only think of destruction, so my power is limitless, understand? If you want this power, destroy those doubts and start over from scratch. Before creation comes destruction." Vegeta is surprised. Meanwhile, Granolah, "If you want, I can share the full Granolah saga instead of explaining it now." He is face to face with a dragon god, just like Shenlong, but this is Tarambo, a Shinigami dragon. Granolah says, "I will accept any condition. What kind of wish will Granolah make?" "That's the whole universe, but I won't give any spoilers." And we'll continue with Vegeta's journey. We're back at Beerus' palace, and there's Vegeta, with just a small stone in his hand. He strains, he tries hard, then it bursts, and the stone evaporates. Beerus says, "You're just destroying it with your Kai. The Hakai we use erases existence, reducing everything to nothing. When they disappear, a huge amount of energy is released." He does the same with a small stone, and again, a huge amount of energy is released. Interesting. Before, Hakai didn't seem to release energy. Things just disintegrated. The purple Kai would vanish with the energy instead of releasing it. So, what power is that? "Hey, Vegeta, the explosion is the best part of the Hakai. It fascinates me, and Beerus is surprised. What the heck?" I finished this month's God comics quickly. Goku asks if Beerus is training Vegeta. Is there an issue? No, Vegeta is just Vegeta. I want to refine my Ultra Instinct further. Let's see who becomes the universe's strongest. Really? You two aren't the only beings in this universe? Huh, do you know anyone who's stronger than us, Whis? Not exactly. But the universe is vast. You never know when someone truly powerful might show up. Isn't that right, Oracle Fish? The Oracle Fish confirms the universe's strongest will appear soon. Vegeta says, "Yes, it will be me." Vegeta? Then, Vegeta proudly shows that he managed to use the energy of destruction on a small pebble. Nice job, Vegeta. That was Hakai. Stay tuned. Soon I'll use Hakai on bigger things. Meanwhile, Granolah appears with long hair. What could have happened? He lifts a huge rock and shatters it, releasing a massive amount of energy.
He destroyed the rock. What technique was that?
Asks the robot from Granolah's device, who clenches his fist confidently, while his grandfather, Monito, looks startled. Afterward, Goku and Whis have an interesting Ultra Instinct discussion. I could also make a video on when Goku mastered Ultra Instinct. To follow up this video, the day Vegeta received Beerus' powers. Leave a lot of likes and comment below if you'd like to see this next video. "Vegeta-san, come here, please," says Whis. Vegeta is balancing a larger rock to use Hakai, partly because of time passing. "What is it?" Vegeta asks. "As you train, compete with your past self. Work to be stronger than you were yesterday." Vegeta looks confused and Goku says, "Well, of course I intend to get stronger every day. We train daily, so obviously we get stronger." Was that meant to be a proverb? Just now, something strange happened in the universe. I'm telling you so you stay alert. Beerus listens from afar, striking a tough pose and acting indifferent. Does this concern us? Goku asks. A powerful new figure has appeared, though I'm not sure they're an enemy. Sometime later, Granolah is on his planet with shorter hair, but I doubt he's the same as before. We also see the Heater organization making plans. Soon Gas will have to fight the strongest brother, according to L. The leader of the criminal group that hired the Saiyajins to destroy Granolah's planet is, as the saga's name suggests, the only survivor. Meanwhile, we see that now Goku is much better at using his Ultra Instinct without having to transform, something he couldn't do before. He's dodging Whis' staff, that's Ultra Instinct training. Very interesting. He does multiple backflips, senses the staff's direction, stops it with his finger, and redirects it. Whis brings him back and Goku dodges and stops it again, this time with his feet. Whis is satisfied and Goku also looks very happy. Goku is making progress. Goku and Vegeta's training continues. Meanwhile, we see Vegeta. He's down there, waiting by the waterfall, then he jumps up and destroys a log with his Hakai. And then, he starts doing this with a series of different logs, branches, and everything else that comes down the river. And we see that from up above, it was Beerus who was throwing everything, just watching while drinking a milkshake. Finally, a giant tree trunk appears. Vegeta looks at the challenge and, with courage, completely destroys it, also breaking part of the mountain and getting scolded by Beerus. Meanwhile, we see that the Heaters are at Goku's house. What could have happened? Yamaki, the evil girl, asks to speak with Goku and Vegeta, claiming the universe's strongest is a villain, and she needs their help. You know how to manipulate a Saiyajin, right? It's more complicated than that, but I won't go into details because I can bring the whole saga if you want. If this video gets many likes and especially shares, if you know someone who likes Dragon Ball or can share this, please help so I can keep bringing you this content. Well, I'll take you to Earth, says Whis. Yes, please. Cool, a fight after such a long time, says Goku. I've trained hard and won't lose to anyone. I want to apply my training. Goku, stretching confidently, draws Beerus' attention. Hey, Vegeta. Vegeta looks at Beerus, who says, "Take this," and throws it. Vegeta catches it, looking confused. Put this on your ear, it proves you can use destructive power. Go and prove the gods of destruction's technique is stronger than the angels. Right. Whis smiles and says, "I'll leave my mark too," then draws his symbol on Goku's chest. Goku is surprised as Beerus says, "What's that, Whis, competing with me? You started it." "Beerus-sama, don't worry, I won't lose to Kakarot." He puts on the earring, and Beerus smiles. Goku says, "Like I'd ever lose." This friendly rivalry between you two is great, but overconfidence isn't good. Huh? Is he really that dangerous? I can't tell since he just arrived. I can't interfere in the lower world, but I'll give you this warning. Let's go. They take off. Goku and Vegeta will soon visit Granolah. Because this video covers Vegeta's journey, we also have a follow-up on the channel about the day Vegeta awakened Ultra Ego. This video comes before the other, which ends the story. Afterward, there's a continuation and several well-narrated Dragon Ball Super parts on the channel. Leave a like and watch our suggested videos on the channel. If you're watching on television, keep tuning in. I'm always improving my videos. If you subscribe, you'll get more recommendations. Producing this content takes a lot of time and effort, so your support really matters, especially since the compensation isn't great. And that's it, guys. Thank you for your support. I'll stop here. See you.